And I think
Here we go.
we can see everybody. Yeah, okay.
Hello, and thank you for viewing our presentation today on corporate social responsibility. Our team will be presenting several different slides for you on the topic, so let's begin.
What is CSR? CSR is defined as corporate social responsibility, and it is a form of international private business self-regulation, which aims to contribute to societal goals of a philanthropic, activist, or charitable nature by engaging in or supporting volunteering or ethically oriented practices. CSR today have their roots in corporate philanthropy. In 1914, Frederick Goff founded the Cleveland Foundation. Businesses could not support charities until the 1940s, however. Howard Bowen, who was known as the father of CSR, published a book in 1954 which advocated for it. As you can see in the picture, the company Apple uses CSR as an example of with their red iPhone, which saves lives.
What is the problem with CSR? The problem with CSR is that companies can title themselves as corporately responsible. However, their actions that are taken to be corporately responsible, they can lead to unethical choices or mindsets in the workplace, such as greenwashing. And it is not always defined as a set of principles. It is whatever a company wants it to be and finds more convenient. An example of this is actually Volkswagen. They, with their diesel cars, they would use default engines and kind of mess around with the testing a little to make sure that they would actually pass the safety test. And obviously, if you're buying a car, you don't want to just have a car that barely passes safety test. You want to make sure that it's reliable and that you're overall safe in the car. So with this move, Volkswagen, they lost a lot of people that wanted to buy their cars, lost customers and also stockholders as well. Since if you can't show a safe car, what's the point of even buying your product?
So corporate social responsibility has many advantages in the environment, the workplace, the marketplace, and society. And a few of these include that it enhances competitive advantage. So companies with a CSR plan have a moral obligation to follow, and this makes the company more appealing for consumers and other stakeholders. It also requires the company to bring value to customers by continuously innovating and learning. And by innovating, the company can better satisfy and exceed the needs of different stakeholders and drive more socially responsible projects. It also has a positive impact on employee, company, and stakeholder identification. So what this means is that a CSR plan developed with the ideas of employees and other stakeholders, this can increase their commitment to the company. And of course, and it improves company image and reputation, as well as it increases sales and customer loyalty.
So there's also a few disadvantages to corporate social responsibility. And the first reason is that it's difficult to generate a favorable CSR. And the reason it is difficult to create a favorable CSR is because there is skepticism from stakeholders due to costs and unclear message content and channels. Message content is what you're trying to communicate. So this consists of issues, importance, motives, and commitment. And then the message channel is where you're trying to communicate it. So it's consists of PR, advertising, and just how you're trying to push out your CSR message. The next one is that is costly and time consuming. CSR is a long-term commitment that a company needs to be committed to. And lastly, some believe that in those in the corporate world are not fully equipped to properly deal with social problems, and they believe that these issues should be the government's responsibility to worry about.
And so what are some solutions and recommendations we can pursue here for CSR? Well, the first thing would be to create a corporate social agenda, because CSR is integral to both business and society. So you don't just treat it as a checklist of things every year. You want to ensure that the company is genuinely contributing to ethical and sustainable choices that also benefit society. And through that agenda, you emphasize altruistic and intrinsic motives. You want to make sure all the employees are thinking about it. You want to give them space to contribute ideas for it, and that will contribute to the company as a whole taking CSR seriously. You also want to understand the demographic and geographic segments that you're a part of and or affecting. Where can you help the communities you're a part of, for example, or the partners you work with? One key example in the corporate world is Whole Foods. The ingredients that they source for the fresh food that they sell comes from sustainability-minded farms. So there you have two parties that are sharing beneficial interests in terms of CSR. And then also your CSR plan should have stakeholders who are all aligned on the goals and interested in affecting change and are committed to using the best of the company's resources to achieve those goals. And that can be a dedicated team for CSR, a team of existing employees, but nonetheless, a team of people who are in it for good reason, who get it, and are going to make things happen. And between those people, you want to constantly communicate to stakeholders as well, all the results and the benefits of the initiatives that you're going through with CSR. Because generally speaking, ideally, we would say everybody at the company would be a stakeholder from the top down, but no matter who are the key people involved in CSR, you want to keep them all updated the same way any other corporate project would happen. You don't just turn CSR into another page in the annual report and just dust it off again next year and think that you're doing something. It starts with making real change internally and then externally so that, again, the business and society are both seeing the benefits of that agenda in your efforts. So those are 6 key solutions that we have, and that will do it for our presentation today. We hope you learned something and have something to act on for a better future of corporate social responsibility. And thank you very much.